Okay, it's 9:30.
Ms. Robin, let's go ahead and start the meeting.
Recording in progress.
We have a quorum. Good morning, everyone. This is Nikhil Soman, Department of Agriculture. Welcome to the Bureau of Standards Committee meeting, August 21st. Everybody should have received an email or a link from Sheila with an attachment with all the violations for this quarter. So with that, I'll hand it over to Robin. Ms. Robin.
All right, yeah, we do have a quorum. Thank you, everyone, for attending. We're going to start off with roll call, and I think the best way to do this is I'll introduce myself, I'll roll call the committee, and then everyone else can in the room can introduce themselves or those online who are attending. So I'm Robin Ralston. I'm the chair committee. Bruce Alford. Bruce, you may have to, there you go.
Now, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Caleb Wall.
Well, I'm here.
Thank you. Travis Sender.
Yeah, Travis Center here.
Sam Stuckey.
Yes, Sam Stuckey here.
Robert Thorne.
Robert Thorne, present.
Okay, and if the rest of you want to introduce yourselves.
Nikhil Soman, Department of Agriculture.
Sheila Carter, Department of Agriculture.
Corey Seats, Department of Agriculture.
Amanda Andrews, Department of Agriculture.
Kristen Walter, Department of Agriculture.
Wilford Jones, Department of Agriculture.
Okay. Anybody else? It shows 15 on mine. Okay. All right. Well, we have a very short agenda today, so it won't take very long. And so with that, I will turn that over to Nick.
Okay, Kristen, if you would show on the screen the summary page for the violations. So everybody should have seen this. We have a total of 114 civil penalties that were issued in the period of May 2025 to July 2025. These civil penalties are broken down based on the nature of the violations in Table 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll start with Table 1. Table 1 is showing you 64 civil penalty assessment for no decal or expired annual decal. Of these 64, 45 were first offenses, 18 were second offenses, and there was one which was a third offense. I'll be glad to take any questions. If not, I would request a motion to approve these civil penalties.
Okay. We have a motion to accept these civil penalties. Is there a second?
Robert Thorne, second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Okay, is there no discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed? No opposed. The motion's carried.
This is Corey Seats. For purposes of the new FOIA, I think if we've got folks, and we do today, we have folks members voting remotely, so we need to make sure that the record reflects the vote of each member.
Okay, I'll give them more time. Thank you, Corey.
Sam Stuckey, aye.
Travis Center, aye.
Robert Thorne, aye. Caleb Wall, aye.
Bruce Alford, aye.
Okay, all opposed? No opposed, the motion carries.
Okay, let's move on to Table 2. Table 2 is showing you violations for misrepresentation of pricing. There were 8 violations, of which 5 were first offenses, 2 second offenses, and 1 third offense. I'll be glad to answer any questions. If not, I would request a motion to approve the violations in Table 2.
I'll make the motion to approve them.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there any discussion?
I'll second that. Sam Stuckey.
All right, Sam, it's lagging on my part, so I apologize for that. I thought that there was already a second on that. I can hear every other word. That's not very good.
Okay,
Okay, we have a
Fine.
motion in a second. Now, is there any discussion? So if no discussion. All in favor?
Robert Thorne, aye.
Travis Center, aye.
Sam Stuckey, aye.
Bruce
Caleb Wall,
Alford,
aye.
aye.
Okay. Any opposed? No opposed, the motion's carried.
We keep seeing Family Dollar and Dollar General on this, and that's been going on for a few years. Or those, I guess they're just different store locations that misrepresent the price and advertising $1 and it's $1.99 or something like that. I don't know. Nick, is that what happens?
Yes, Mr. Stuckey, if you remember a couple of years ago, we had several of these. I mean, I was looking at 100 violations from Dollar General. That number has drastically gone down in the last couple of years. Now, some of the stores you see on this list, we had position vacant in those areas, so some of these stores never got checked, and just now we are catching up to them. But still, what I'm seeing right now on misrepresentation of pricing, this is a whole lot better than what it was 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, I agree with that. It looks like it should have come down to nothing now that both store companies, and those were the most common, most frequent, and the highest numbers. But anyway, that's just a comment on my part.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so let's move on to Table 3. Table 3 is showing you 35 violations for contamination in the fuel, mainly water. All of these 35 violations were first offenses. I'll be glad to answer any questions. If not, I would request a motion to approve these.
I'll make the motion, Bruce Alford.
Second, Travis Center.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the fines on Table 3. Is there any discussion? Actually, I do have a question, Nick. On that BS 26-0052 on the storage tank with the 8 inches of water, did they have a crack in their tank?
I'm not very sure. Wilford Jones, who is from Petroleum Lab, may be able to answer this. Wilford?
No, they didn't have a crack. They just had a leaky seal.
Okay. Okay.
Sometimes they run into that situation when they don't keep up with the maintenance on the seal of the tank. So they do wear out, because constantly when the driver is opening up the tank and dispensing fuel multiple times a day and that type of thing over different weathers, so those seals kind of start getting deteriorated, and they don't check them sometime, and it can cause from behind rainy days, can also build up leaky water leaking down into the tanks. And then it's on the opposite side of the Veeder-Root, which does the measuring on the inside. When they see that, and they don't see that the spout is on the opposite side of the Veeder-Root. So
Okay, I'm sorry, it lagged then. Did you say the opposite side?
the opposite side.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So a lot of time the Veeder-Root is reading wrong compared to when we show up and stick the tank manually.
Yeah, manually. Okay.
Which
Okay.
they should be doing too, but they don't do that. So
So did they replace the seal, I guess?
Yeah, they once they get out and it once we issue the stop sale, they normally they'll figure out what the issue is and correct it and extract the water out, and then contact us back for a retest. Then we go back before we release them and re-stick the tank before we release them to sell.
Okay, all right, thank you. Any other discussion, questions? Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept these, so all in favor, say aye.
This is Bruce Alford.
Robert Thorne, aye.
Travis Center.
Sam Stuckey. Aye.
Evan Wall,
All opposed? The motion carries.
All right, let's move on to the last set of violations, Table 4. Table 4 is showing you violations for not meeting the flash point. There were 7 violations. All of these violations were first offenses. If there are any questions, we'll be glad to answer.
This is Robert Thorne in Crawfordsville. I see 74 degrees Fahrenheit compared to the rest of them are in the hundreds. Why such a big difference?
Well, there's 74 is mainly when you have a cross contamination means that they have a percentage of gasoline probably mixed in the diesel. And it all depends on the amount of gasoline that's in the diesel. That's the variation between the degrees of flash points. A legal flash point is normally 125 degrees and above. And as you can see, if there's any type of residual gasoline that's gotten into the diesel tank, when we pull the samples and we run the flashes, then this is what we see. So anything normally below 119, 117 in that range, we issue a stop sale.
Okay.
Good question.
Yeah, this is Travis. How does that happen? Is that like this to failure on the part of a person filling the tank, or how does that work?
Yeah, majority of the time, it's, the tanker drivers are trying to get to the next place, and sometimes they don't drain the lines very well. And then sometimes it all depends on the size of the tank as well. If it's a small mom and pop and it's a bob truck, they normally don't have it. They normally don't flush the lines out very well. And then over a period of time, we only go to those stations once a year. So no telling when that happened. It could be accumulation of just small amounts being left. And then by the time we get there, it's constantly contaminating the fuel.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah.
And Wilfred, this is Sam Stuckey. It's my understanding in the past when you've talked about that, it gets, there's danger involved in that low flash point where the fuel can pre-ignite, inadvertently or in a bad way.
Especially as hot as it is now, and the heat index, you're right. Anything that's really below 100 degrees, you start looking at multiple engine failures type issues that can take place in the diesel engine. So, but when it comes to anything that's like, say, if the heat index outside is 110 degrees, and you got a flash of 100 degrees fuel, it don't take much for that to, if anybody's out using that in the, trying to burn brushes or anything like that, they can actually blow themselves, have an accident easily because the fumes is already high, and they put that spark that gasoline, lighter, whatever they use to light it, the ignition, it could easily just explode. So there was some terrible. Anytime it's as hot as it is, it's really, really dangerous during these particular times when it is as hot as it is.
That was my understanding. I just wanted the others to hear you say that because we've talked about that in the past, but I don't think recently though, and that's good. Thank you.
So, Ms. Robin, do we have the motion approved?
We need a motion made.
Motion made?
No, I don't think anyone's made a motion. Can we have a motion, please?
This is Travis. I'll make a motion to accept this.
I'll second it. This is Bruce Alford.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve table 4 for the violations. Is there any discussion? If no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Robert
Aye.
Thorne, aye.
All
Travis Center, aye.
Pam Stuckey, aye.
Bruce Alford, aye.
Okay, sorry. All opposed? All right, the motion is carried.
Okay, so that concludes all the violations. The next item on the agenda is other business. In other business, what we have is we have email requests for civil penalty waivers, and I'll go one by one. There are 3 of them. The first one you're looking on your screen is from AdWords, and I don't exactly know where this AdWords is, but they had violations for not for misrepresentation of pricing. What had happened back in June when our inspector showed up there for the first time, their accuracy, which the required accuracy is 98% on these price verifications, but they failed miserably 74%. I gave them a warning, a violation, but I didn't issue a civil penalty for that and give them a chance to improve on their performance. So after 3 weeks, when there was a follow-up done, the improvement in price verification accuracy was not seen. So that's what you see as the first violation, which was BS 260049. And then subsequently, we had follow-ups, and they have failed miserably. And now they're asking for civil penalty waiver. And our position and my recommendation is not to extend the civil penalty waiver to AdWords. Any questions?
Could you repeat that one more time, what your recommendation is? It didn't come through clear.
Yeah, Bureau of Standards recommendation is not to approve the request for civil penalty waiver from AdWords in case number BS 260049 and BS 260087. These
Sounds
were-
like you gave them numerous opportunities to straighten up and get it right.
Yes.
Yeah, so I read this, it says they haven't received their notice yet, but you've actually told them that there's a problem, so I don't see any reason to.
Well, the funny
Follow
part
that.
is when I received this request for civil penalty waiver, on that same day, when I received this email, my inspector was at that location and he called me and he said, basically, they failed the 3rd time also on that day. And that violation is listed in the violations we just went through in misrepresentation of pricing. So they had 3 violations, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
That 3rd one was $1,350 fine, I believe I saw.
That is correct.
I think you gave them plenty of notices and opportunities.
This is Bruce. I'll make a motion. We pay the charge.
Caleb Wall, second.
So we have,
Robert Thorne, I second it.
okay. Who seconded? Robert,
Bruce and Caleb.
Yes.
do we have a second before yours, Robert?
I think I tried the second. We might have lagged over each other.
Caleb's.
All right.
Okay. Caleb, if you seconded first, then we'll take yours as a second. All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor of not accepting the request? Say
Bruce
aye.
Alford, aye.
Travis
Hank
Center,
Wall,
Sam Stuckey, aye.
Robert Thorne, aye.
Okay. Any opposed? The motion carries. Okay, I think that's all on our agenda unless anyone
No,
else.
we got few more, Miss Robin.
Oh, we do? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
let's go to the next request, Kristen. Okay, now this request is coming from Watson Oil Company in, I believe, Corning, Arkansas. They had two failures on their flashpoint, BS 260016 and BS 260019. Both of these were first violations. The difference is one is for highway diesel and the other one is for diet diesel. And Mr. Watson is asking for a civil penalty waiver in both the cases, 16 and 19. Our recommendation is also not to approve the civil penalty request.
Hey, I didn't receive that. Apparently it didn't print off on my part when I was printing this off.
assume he was the same situation, multiple notifications, multiple warnings type deal.
No, this is apparently if you see, can you see the email that's on the screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I've underlined what Mr. Watson is saying. This is our first violation in nearly 50 years of business, and I'm asking you to consider waiving the civil penalty for this violation. I looked at their records, previous records, and they do have a clean record that I can see from 2013 or 14. They never had any violations. There was one in 2019, and that's the only one I could find in our records. But since Wilford explained how critical is these flashpoints, I don't feel comfortable waiving the civil penalty, but that's up to the committee members if they would want to.
And if I make 26016 is Watson Keylock. And
Same thing, same
19,
thing.
yes,
Yeah.
Peloton Oil.
It's the same thing.
I agree with that recommendation to not waive the penalty because of the seriousness of the flashpoint. So I'll make that motion.
It's
Sam
Travis.
Stuckey.
I'll second that. It's Travis.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Bruce Alford, aye.
Travis Center, aye.
Robert Thorne, aye.
Sam
Hank Wall, aye.
Stuckey.
Okay, all opposed? No opposition, the motion is carried.
Okay, the last request that came in yesterday, so you may not have seen that in your attachment. This last minute addition. This is regarding case number BS 26-0100 from a retail motor fuel station, Fast Track in Stamps, Arkansas. And the business owner is asking to waive the civil penalty. This violation was for 2 inches of water in highway diesel. And again, our recommendation is not to approve the request for civil penalty waiver with 2 inches of water.
Mhm.
Why would he want to waiver it? I'm not understanding.
Most of them, they're just trying their best to get out of the civil penalty. And if you look at this email, Kristen, can you zoom this a little bit? Is there any way we can zoom? No. So the business owner is claiming
There you go.
that the store tanks belongs to GPM, which is an investment firm that owns a lot of these flash markets and fast track locations. And he is trying to reach out to them and have them pay the civil penalty. But I don't know what GPM is going to do, but we usually issue all these civil penalties to the location. We really don't get into who the owners are, and because GPM is based out of Virginia. So, but he's asking for a civil penalty waiver. And my recommendation is not to approve.
I'll make the motion. This is Bruce Hoffman, not to approve the request.
I'll second that. Sam Stuckey. It's typical on these in the past, it seems they don't pay it anyway, and it gets hard to collect back. So I don't think we need to waive the penalty.
Very true.
Okay, we have a motion and a second not to approve the request for the waiver. Is there any more discussion? All right, all in favor?
Robert Thorne, aye.
Bruce Hofford, aye.
Travis Center,
Kevin
aye.
Wall, aye.
Sam Stuckey, aye.
Any opposed? No opposition. The motion is carried.
Okay, well, with that, that concludes all the agenda items for this Bureau of Standards Committee meeting, unless Corey has anything to add.
I do not.
Okay. All right, if there's no other business, then may I have a motion to adjourn, please?
Bruce Hofford, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay. Yep. This motion or this meeting is adjourned, and I apologize for my internet not cooperating so well today. So, thank you all very much. And
Ms. Robin, who seconded the adjourn
I'll
motion?
second that.
Okay.
Sam Stuckey.
say, can anybody recommend a new internet company? Because I'm pretty sure mine's not doing very well today.
We need one down here too.
Usually it's pretty good, but today, for the past week, it's been horrible, horrible. Okay, all right. So we have a motion and a second. Meeting's adjourned.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Recording
stopped.